Okay, Coach, kind of sort of limping into the playoffs here. What do you guys kind of need to overcome to kind of get back to how you guys were playing earlier in the year?
We have to get together as a team and play together, capitalize. Again, leaving too many runners on bases. We try to overswing at the plate, which is hurting us. Kyra did not have her best showing starting the game when her best matchup was against Angelo this year, and so that was a little bit of a disappointment, I know, for her, for us, but Shani came in and did a great job keeping them at those runs, and so we had several opportunities to score and we didn't take advantage of those. So going into this, it's do or die time, and now it's let's do our job at the plate, come together as a group and start playing the way we need to play.
Are you confident in this team going in? I mean, because you guys have struggled lately, but are you confident going into this postseason?
Absolutely, I have 100% confidence in this group. I think we have all the tools. We have the kids who can swing the bat. We have the defense behind us, and we definitely have the pitching in the circle. Even though it's Shani and Kyra and Cove and Miranda, we have those four, but we've had those four all year. So I do have the confidence that we'll play great defense behind them and have to have timely hits at this time of year. Everybody knows what, Angelo did a great job offensively or defensively against us, and they shifted a couple interesting shifts on our hitters, and other teams took note, and those teams that were there and on the video are going to see that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that this weekend as well going into it.
Coach, speaking of that game as well, I mean, when Shani came in, she only allowed just one hit in that area. You talk a little bit about the confidence level. Now you look at this pod that you guys are about to go to, and it seems like all season it's been either one of those games that has been a pitching battle or it's been a hitting spree. So kind of evaluate what you've learned this past season from those perspectives heading into the regional.
Well, it definitely is going to be, Mesa can swing the bat. They can pitch it. They have a couple of really good kids in the circle. They're returning their stud from last year who's pitched well for them down the stretch. And so that's going to be key for us, is to, keep them off balance and get the timely hits that we need. I don't know which side it's going to fall on, but I think it definitely should be a both type of battle. They have kids who can swing the bat really well, and so do we. But overall, I think we have a pretty good chance at that.
With that pod, you're headed back to Kingsville again, and just coming from Kingsville in the conference tournament, do you think playing at Huber Field is going to pose an advantage compared to Oklahoma Christian and Colorado Mesa?
A little bit. Those teams have played, Mesa's played on dirt, so it may not be that big of a deal. But coming down in elevation, we struggle at that at sea level too. And the humidity and obviously the weather delays all play a factor in it. I do think it's a little bit of advantage because we know how the field will play. We know how their outfield's going to be, how their infield, which is in really good shape, and their outfield's in decent shape. So I think it'll help a little bit, absolutely.
Whenever you saw the draw and you guys saw the fours, was there anything surprising about what you got from the drawing?
No, not at all. It was definitely an interesting weekend. With Dixie coming in and winning the RMAC tournament, I knew it was going to throw a little loop in there, and St. Mary's dropping the first two allowed somebody else to take that automatic qualification there. But no, I wasn't too surprised. I thought we may drop a little bit, considering we dropped the first round to Angelo. But I was happy to see that we stayed right where we needed to stay for that.
My last question is, as it relates to those shifts for the different players, how important is it for you all to have seen those as well going into the tournament?
Absolutely. We talk about it. Take a look at your defense before you step in the box. That's not just for slappers. That's for both sides of the plate. They put their third baseman out in the outfield, and there was 4 outfielders for Kylie at the plate, and their shortstop played up the middle. And she did a great job adjusting to that finally in her last at bat. She tried to the bat before and it worked, but it should have been a caught ball, but they were playing so deep that it dropped in between. So for us, it's looking at and understanding where they're going to pitch you, and they're going to try and beat you with your weaker spots. So.
Kylie Moore was leading off earlier.
Yes, part of that is because people are walking her. So we're taking advantage. If you want to walk her, that's fine. We'll start the game with the leadoff walk, and so far that's been successful for us. It worked really well against Eastern and against Texas Women's because I had the kids behind her, doing their jobs and moving them over, and that's what we have to continue to do. You know, she's probably going to start in that spot possibly again, going into it, and that just allows us to get a base runner if they want to walk her.
How much does that change just her philosophy at the plate, though? She have to take more pitches, she have to be a little bit less aggressive, or how do you guys?
No, she knows at this time of year she's going to get less good pitches to hit, but she just needs to wait for the mistake if they do make one. And so for her, it hasn't changed too much of her philosophy. She's had to become a little bit more disciplined at the plate, so that's helped her become an even better hitter in my eyes, and for her as a senior hitter. So.